Hi, it's me, Xophilarus or Xophi, and I made this video actually a lot earlier than I thought I would because I got a ton more questions than I anticipated, and they're pretty much all really good, and a lot of them will kind of involve me to go in a bit more of a lengthy explanation and answer, so I figured I'd go ahead and respond to the current ones I have, so the video doesn't get too long. Originally, I was going to vlog this, but the camera I have at the moment was not wanting to work properly for me, so I'm just gonna put some random pictures or some kind of random something to have going on other than just my voice. Also, I will write the questions in the description in the order I answer them in, so if there's just specific stuff you want to know, you can skip around. I'll likely make a part 2 as well in a few days if some people didn't get a chance to ask me questions who wanted to, or for the people who have additional questions and things like that. Even when I am done with these Q&A videos though, feel free to ask me questions basically whenever. I also have a Twitter and a Facebook now, so those would be good ways of contacting me in addition to my Skype, which is Xophilarus. Just if you add me on Skype, make sure you let me know where you come from, so I don't think it's some random spam bot or something like that. I also do not recommend you messaging me through YouTube because I will eventually see it, but the system is frankly terrible, and usually when I see messages, it isn't until like months later. But yeah, anyways, on to the questions. So, question 1. How did you get started and what keeps you going? Well, if we are talking about the first videos I have on my channel, I basically did them because I had a school project and I had always enjoyed watching AMVs, so I asked if I could do one for my project and my teacher said yes. And I really enjoyed making it, so I ended up making a few more. But then I stopped for a while because they just weren't looking as good as I wanted, so it got really frustrating for me to try and edit. But a little bit before I made Fidelity, I watched the movie Wolf Children and I felt really inspired by it. So I started searching for songs that worked with it and I found Lauren Aquilana's King, and I completely fell in love with the song and I put the two together. Originally I wasn't actually even going to send that video to any cons or anything like that, but a couple friends of mine convinced me to do it. One in particular, who is a fellow editor, really caused me to get a strong boost in my confidence to go off on a limb and submit. And honestly, I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for them. Anyways, so I sent Fidelity to Anime Boston and was shocked when I heard it made finals. Asked my mom if I could go, and I was shocked when she said I could. So I went there, met up with a lot of other editors, of whom most are now my closest friends, and then I won Best Drama and Editor's Choice, and I was basically hooked on editing ever since. What generally keeps me going is whatever inspires me at the time. Normally it involves some kind of feeling I have personally, but it just comes from a large variety of sources. For example, whenever I made Fidelity, at the time I was actually in a very, very dark place, probably the darkest place I've ever been. And I basically gave up on being happy or being able to succeed or just really do anything. But both the movie and the song really struck a chord with me as they involved overcoming some kind of demon, both inner and outer. So yeah, demons in your life, and coming out, as a stronger person, and I just edited with it. But basically all of my videos right now have some kind of personal reason as to why I made it, just kind of the personal connection varies a bit. So question 2, which is a series of questions, but they flow really well together, is what are your favorite sources to edit with? Do you also have a favorite music genre to edit with? And do you find your editing style constantly changing with every new AMV you produce, or do you have a style that you stick with? If so, do you find it restricting or flexible when it comes to making different kinds of AMVs? Well, the sources I enjoy editing with sort of change a lot depending on how I feel. With shows, yeah, honestly, it ends up being what's exciting me at the time. Songs are a bit easier for me to answer with this because there's a couple of artists that I just want to make a million videos with, some of which I haven't even made anything with yet, but here are the top ones that I can think of from the top of my head. So there's Icon for Hire, Johnny Hollow, Emily Autumn, Lauren Aquilana, and Gabrielle Applin. Um, so yeah, as far as style goes, I know there's a lot of things that I do that are consistent in each video I make, such as my frequent fades to almost blacks and whites, but there's no style I deliberately dedicate myself to. I feel like it is more of just there are traits that naturally show up in my videos that, if that makes sense. So no, I guess I would never really feel restricted or anything by it because I don't deliberately say, oh, I'm gonna edit this way. Things just sort of happen and turn up as they are. So, question 3. What is your favorite AMV that you have made and why? My favorite AMV I've made personally is definitely my newest one, Aria of Perseverance, which happens to be the one the commenter liked as well, so that made me happy. But yeah, it's kind of hard to explain exactly why. I just feel like it is the video I've made that just pulls off what I wanted it to do best, if that makes sense. I think it blends with the song a bit better than my previous works, and there aren't really any parts of it that I feel are weak. I'm also proud, by the way, I seem to have been able to pull off the raw emotion in the video, so yeah, that would probably have to be my choice. Question 4. What sort of preparation do you do prior to making and editing your videos? Do you make an outline for each AMV? As far as preparation goes, I mean, I download the shows and convert them to an editable format, but other than that, I don't really have much of a pre-editing process. I kind of just edit with whatever I'm inspired by, and I basically just wing it. I actually have a crazy amount of dropped projects. There are some that are nearly complete, but yeah, I just edit with and how I feel like editing at the time, and sometimes it works out enough to make a full video, sometimes I drop it. I also don't edit linearly like a lot of people do. I start wherever I have the clearest image for what I want, and then I move on from there. Question 5 is, why can't I watch your last video on my mobile device? Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about this. Sometimes the songs used in AMVs are just songs that can't be played with mobile devices. Along those lines, this also kind of relates to the fact a lot of videos are not available in certain countries, especially Germany. The best thing I can say is that if your country's copyright laws is making it hard for you to view a specific video of mine, you should be able to still download it from the download links I provide in the description from animemusicvideos.org. So yeah, that's the best answer I can give you with that. With mobile devices, though, yeah, all I can say is sorry. Question 6. What got you into anime? Honestly, it kind of just happened. I watched a lot of anime as a kid, and I sort of just discovered the wonderful world of just how much anime there was in middle school. So question 7 is, do you play any games? Do you have a boyfriend? Can you show a picture of yourself? Yes, I do play games. The 2 games I play the most at the moment are League of Legends and Don't Starve Together. Especially League, though. In fact, it's kind of a joke in my group of editing friends that League is going to kill AMVs because of how much we play it. If any of you want to add me on League, feel free. My summoner name is Xophilarus, just like my channel. Just when I add you, shoot me a message to let me know where you come from. And yes, I do have a boyfriend. Many of you have probably heard of him. He is Shin AMV, and we've been going out for quite a while now, and it has been amazing, and he is amazing, and insert mushy stuff here. Okay, so when I was looking for a good picture of myself, I realized I either look fancy, derpy as hell, or I'm in a giant group of people. This is largely because there's not very many pictures of me, because I hate having pictures of me taken. I don't know why exactly, I just don't like it, so I'm sort of limited on my options, so I decided to show one of the ones where I'm looking kind of fancy or nicer, and one of the ones where I just look really derpy, so yeah. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about is tutorials and possible plans for the channel's future. So I was really surprised when a few people actually asked me what I was planning to do with the channel in the future. So it got me thinking, and I came up with a couple of ideas that I could potentially do so that the activity in this channel stays pretty regular, even if I'm not actually finishing AMVs all the time. First thing is the tutorials, which a lot of people seem really to really like the idea of. So I think I'm going to start doing some of those. And if anyone has any suggestions on what exactly they want a tutorial over, just let me know and I will see what I can do. Secondly, I may also start doing editing live streams if enough people are interested in that. If I decide to do it, I'll probably try and do it at least once a month, and I'll post a video about it a couple days before it actually happens, so people know when it happens. Thirdly, I can also do some kind of content that is not directly AMV related, but that is anime related, so I could possibly do reviews on shows or opinion pieces on certain anime trends or character types or just things of that nature. So if people would like to see some of those, I can certainly try and do them. This would also not affect my rate at making AMVs at all. The only thing it would change is just that I would have more frequent uploads on the channel, and it would also kind of increase the variety of things that are on the channel as well. I really don't like seeing dead periods on my channel, so I want to try and fix it and keep my channel constantly moving and everything. But yeah, that's about it. Sorry it was kind of long. I just wanted to answer the questions pretty thoroughly, and I still had to shorten a lot of what I planned to say in some of them. But anyways, like I said before, feel free to ask questions, as I will likely make a part 2 of this, and you can contact me anywhere from the places I mentioned before, like Facebook, Twitter, and Skype. And I hope you all have a fabulous day. Bye, guys!